and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on synonyms. And before we start with our lesson on synonyms, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 4. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of synonyms. All right, so our chapter is synonyms. Our subject is English language arts, grade 4. And the lessons that we are focusing on under the chapter of synonyms is to choose a synonym, which sentence has the same meaning, and to find synonyms in context. All right. So a synonym, right? A synonym, it's words that have the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So a synonym are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. And if we look at a few examples of synonyms, right? Like dad and father, right? So basically, dad and father, the meaning is the same. Some people say it's my dad, some people say it's my father, some people call their daddy dad, some people call him father, dad, dada, however you call your dad, right? So basically, the meaning is the same or the meaning is almost the same. And that we call a synonym. If you think of another word that's a synonym where the meaning is the same or the meaning is almost the same, then we can think of the word, let's say, mom and mother, can you think of words that are synonyms, meaning that they are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning? So we have mom and mother. For example, if I say something is incorrect, then that's the same as me saying it is what? Incorrect and what? Remember, if you say sis, then sis is a shortened version of sister, right? So we cannot say sis and sister. Yes, so incorrect, right? The word that has the same meaning as incorrect is wrong. Direction wise, if I were to give you if I say something is correct, what is also a word that has the same meaning as correct? If you say small and big, then that is opposites, right? Because if something is small and something is big, these two are opposites, which means that we call these antonyms, right? So antonyms is words with opposite meaning, right? But synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So think of the word small. Yes, so correct. And you can say it's maybe right. Now look at the word small. Give me a word that is almost the same meaning as small. Think of an ant. How would you describe that ant? The ant is small, but give me another word to describe him as small. Yes, you can say tiny, right? The same with big. If you want to describe an elephant, right? Instead of saying it is a big elephant, you can say it is a what elephant? We can say it is a huge elephant, right? So these words, right, it means that it is words that are basically just different, but the meanings of the words are either the same or it's almost the same, right? And we made examples of dad or father, saying like mom and mother. If something is incorrect, we say it is wrong. We say something is correct, it is right. Something is small, we can say it's tiny. Something is big, we can say it's huge, right? And if we look at, and if we now look at the specific picture here in front of us, right? Here we have a few examples of synonyms, and these are, yes, the words, it's big, right? But it's just to give us an idea of the different words that are actually the same in meaning. For example, if you are angry at someone, right? If you're angry at someone because the person did. Another word for saying I am angry at the person, you can say I am mad at the person. So can you see these two different words, but the meanings are either the same or it's almost the same. So it's either you can say, I am angry at this person or I am mad at this person. If we look at this word, answer, right? So, especially if you are constantly on a phone and you maybe have WhatsApp or any other forms of social media, right? Then instead of just saying, "Oh, I am going to answer I'm going to answer your message," you can say, "I will reply." So answer and reply, it basically means the same thing. I had an awful day, right? If you want to say that you had an awful day, you can maybe say, I had a terrible day. Because awful and terrible are the same meanings or almost the same meanings. Look at the word begin. You can either say, I'm going to begin my test, or you can say, I'm going to start my test or start with my test. So it's either I'm going to begin with my test or I'm going to start with my test. So begin and start are words with the same meaning. The same with brave. When somebody wants to say that you are brave for standing up towards bullying, they can also say that you were courageous. So you are brave or you are courageous. In order for you to connect, you can also say, I'm going to join the lesson. Let's connect or join. Let's complete something, or I completed my test. If you had completed something, right? And then you can say, I had finished that thing. So I started with my test, but now I've completed it. I've finished it. If we look at the word cold, especially now, I think it is winter by you guys. So it's winter in Canada, which means that it is extremely cold in Canada. And another word for cold would be it is chilly. Where I live in South Africa, it is summer, which means that I can either say it is very hot or I can say it is warm, right? Hot or warm, it's basically similar meanings. Because currently it is summer where I live in South Africa. And it is winter in Canada, so we can say it is cold or chilly. And lastly, if something isn't true, right? If something isn't true, then we can say it is false, or we can say whatever you said is untrue. So it's either false or it's untrue. So I live in the country called South Africa, and South Africa is in Africa. All right. Also, if we look at these words, so we're not going to be looking at these ones. So we're not going to be looking at that because that is words with opposite meaning, and that is antonyms. We are only going to be looking at the synonyms. And these are more basic words. Like, for example, it is synonyms. It's a word or phrase that has the same or exact meaning as another word or phrase. And we made mention of it can either be big or huge. You can either say, I am very smart, or I am intelligent. I am from Africa, but it's a country in Africa. So it's called South Africa. So the country is called South Africa, and it's in the continent of Africa. So these synonyms are, you can even say, it's, if something is alike, then something is the same. We made mention of small and tiny, begin and start. Ooh, you can even say when somebody is rich, you can say they are wealthy. If I'm scared, I am afraid. So these are synonyms, and synonyms are words with this exact meaning or words with almost the exact meaning as another word or phrase. And we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudent.ca. So let's go to aplusstudents.ca. Can you hear me? Is it Kiara? All right, so synonyms. That's our chapter. And our lesson, we're going to the first lesson, which is to choose the synonym. All right. And we say that synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So now if we look at this word, right? If we look at the word complete, it says which word is the synonym of complete? If you have finished, let's say, for example, you finished your test, right? Okay, I basically gave you the answer. So if you completed your test, yes, so if you complete your test, then we can basically say that you finished your test, right? So complete or finish. So I basically gave the synonym of the specific word. So if you complete something, you can say that I finished it, right? So complete word that is the same meaning or almost the same meaning is finish. And both of these words, which is complete as well as finish, they mean it is to do something until it is done. If you imagine something, imagine. What is another word for imagine? Another word for imagine, a word that is similar to imagine. And imagine, another word for imagine, it is where you are pretending. So it's to pretend. Oopsie, I wrote it wrong. So another word for imagine, it's to pretend, right? So it's like imagining things, we are pretending, that we are either things or doing things. And then stuff. Stuff. There I gave the answer again. Things. Things. Another word for things. It's like saying these are my things. Another word for the word things. If I say these are my things, then yes, we can say it's my stuff, right? So I basically said stuff already, but yes, stuff is correct. It's either this is my things or this is my stuff. And stuff is correct. Imagine and pretend, that is synonyms because it is to make believe, right? It's like you are imagining that you are driving in a Ferrari car, right? At the Bahamas, at the beach, right? You're imagining those things, which means that you are make believing those things in your head. And that is why we say imagine and pretend is the same. All right. So now let's go to our test where we are going to choose the symbol. So which word is a synonym of imagine? So this is now the test. So which word is a synonym or the same as imagine? Is it to show something or to pretend? Imagine is to show or pretend. So the synonym or the word that is the same as imagine is to show or to pretend. All right, so if we choose the correct synonym, we will say that imagine is the same as pretend because both of these words, imagine as well as pretend, it is to make believe. So that is correct. So number two, if you said number two or you said B or you said pretend, then that is correct. Which word is a synonym of note? If you have to write something, a note, and then another word for note or the synonym of note, is it send or is it a letter? So a note, like a little note that you write on a piece of paper, is that send or is it a letter? All right, so the word or the synonym of note is letter, right? So I'm writing a note, I'm writing a letter. So well done, letter is correct. If you're trying to destroy something, that means that you're trying to ruin something or you're trying to fix something. Destroy. If you're trying to destroy something, does it mean that you're trying to ruin something or you're trying to fix something? All right, so if we choose the word with the synonym of, let's say, destroy, or the synonym of destroy, then we can say if someone or something wants to destroy something, then we can say it is, they want to ruin it. So destroy. And we say destroy is another word for to ruin something. So well done. Ruin is correct. All right, so now autumn. What is another word for autumn? Is it afternoon or is it fall? Autumn. So autumn, is it afternoon or fall? And the word that is the same as autumn, right? We would say it is fall. So soon after summer, in my country, it's going to be fall. All right. And fall is correct. Now we're going to have to say which sentence has the same meaning. All right, so we are going to now choose a word. We're going to say which sentence has the same meaning. So I am happy to declare that Connor has won first place in the writing contest. And if we want to say, if we look at the word that is in bold, like for example, declare, then we can say that I am happy to declare. Same as saying I'm happy to announce. So I'm happy to declare or I'm happy to announce. So that is two of the words with same meaning or almost the same meaning. The same with a fresh egg become a fresh egg will become hard after it cooks for about 10 minutes in boiling water. And another word for hard, it will basically come firm, will become firm. So it will either become hard or it will become firm. And the word below, right? After our plane took off from New York, I could see the lights of the city below us. Another word for below, something is below, somewhere at the bottom. Where is it? And another word for below is under. Below us or under us. All right, so now we're going to do a test where we are going to say which sentence has the same meaning. So, which sentence has the same meaning? It says, we went camping in the woods We roasted over a fire. So look at the word fire. We need to look at the word that is the same or almost the same as fire. Is it we roasted our hot dogs over a flame or over a hole? A word that is same or almost the same as fire. Is it flame or hole? All right. And a word that is, let's say, like fire, we can say it is flames. So the synonym of fire is flames. So well done, guys. Well done. Canada is a North American nation that stretches from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. So if we say it is a North American nation, do we say it is a country or do we say it is a zone? All right, so we can say it is, let's go with the first option. So it is a North American country. Well done. Perhaps we can go to the movies if we finish all our chores. Perhaps. So perhaps, another word for perhaps, is it tomorrow or is it maybe? Perhaps. So another word for perhaps, we said it is maybe. Right? Today it's maybe, it's maybe. Guys, can we just give an answer once, right? Not let's not duplicate the answers or write it more than once. So only once. Okay, so is there room on the boat for three adults and one kid? So the word kid, is it the synonym of a suitcase or a child? A word that's the same. Is the word kid the same as suitcase or the same as child? All right, so we can say there's only one kid, one child. And that is correct. So well done, everybody. Well done. And we're going to find synonyms in context. All right. So the word It says some people think that a firm mattress allows the best night's sleep. I find hard beds to be uncomfortable though. So if we look at the second sentence, there we need to find the synonym of the word in bold, which is firm. And here it says, some people think that a firm mattress allows for the best night's rest or sleep. I find hard beds to be comfortable though. So we need to find the meaning, or let's say the word that is a synonym in the second sentence. And if we choose the correct one, we can say firm is the synonym of hard. So it's either something is firm or something is hard. So discover. Dr. Leonard and his teams of scientists hope to discover a cure for cancer. So discover. We need to find the word in the second sentence that's the same as discover. It says they also want to find a way to stop the disease before it starts. And if we look at the word discover, right, the word that is the same as discover or almost the same as discover is to find, right? To find. So discover and find, these are words with the same or almost the same meaning. All right. That is now the end of our lesson on synonyms. And we said synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So thank you very much, Grid, for joining the class. Thank you very much for interacting. Till next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.